What is up, everybody? Welcome to the inaugural episode of Squad Pod Sports. You already know who we are, Wyatt Vern. We from Squad Pod Podcast. Here, we just wanted to kind of separate because we talk about sports a lot on the regular podcast. We just wanted to bring it all into one place for all your
And that
sports needs.
it could take up like an hour of the squad pod just talking about sports. So
Exactly.
might as well break it up a little bit for if somebody's just interested in that, you know? So
Exactly. I mean, not everybody's like isn't in the sports as all like everybody else in the group. So we
talk
want to
about a
like
lot of
branch
other
off.
stuff, you know.
Exactly.
Talk about a lot of other stuff in the squad pod.
And we got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. And for example, the state of current sports, what's going on now, and our NFL predictions, our NBA predictions, some NHL predictions, what's going on in the MLB? Is it going to continue? Who knows? And the NFL safety protocols. So that's pretty much what we're going to be covering today on the podcast. So what do you want to start with here, Vern?
Probably pretty much start with NFL training camp. Like, glad everybody's back. Like, I mean, you got a lot of players opting out. Like, not a lot, but I mean, for my squad, it's a lot. So, like,
Yeah,
I
you
think we're
got
up
like
to
the
like
most in the whole league. I
seven
think
or
you're like
eight right now.
up to like 7 or 8 now.
I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. I think it's 7 or 8, but yeah, I'm expecting more players to opt out too. It's actually like kind of crazy because they're talking about it. Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, what if some of these big names start opting out, and then
Yeah.
like it's just it's just kind of put pressure on them to not start the season, like not play the season. I don't know because they're still hungry
Apparently,
for money.
yeah, exactly. Everybody wants to earn that next check, especially the people that are like like this is their last year on
Or
their
their
contract or
first year,
something. Or their first year. Yeah, they want to
like
go
a
out there and prove themselves.
bubble player. So like the players are going to be able to replace superstars that sit out, but that's going to suck. Like fuck that. I don't want to like see like no Christian McCaffrey, no Pat Mahomes, but I
Exactly.
mean, I understand why they would want to sit out. It makes sense, you know.
Apparently they
But
have, I think it's Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern time is like
it's
the
the
deadline
deadline,
or like people can opt out.
right?
Um, I mean, I think they said there's over like 50 players that opted out so far throughout the league. So I
Yeah,
mean,
so
they
we'll see how that
they said
goes.
maybe expect some big names dropping. I mean, I don't know if Lamar's gonna opt out.
No,
I
I
feel
mean,
like
I'm just
he's.
saying, like, as an
Oh yeah,
example, like,
yeah,
what if some
it's gonna
big
be
names
crazy.
start?
I'm kind of expecting like a big name to drop, like at least one. I feel. I mean, you guys
Right.
got a couple big names like that
Dante
drop, like
Hightower,
Hightower, Dante Hightower. He
Patrick
dropped out.
Chung,
Oh man,
Brandon
yeah,
Bolden.
two like
But
yeah, big guys on
it's okay.
defense.
It's okay.
You got
Persevering. Pretty sure
Cam Newton.
Stephon Gilmore is still playing. He's still there.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to defend his crown as Defensive Player of the Year. Got some bias on the show, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Still talk objectively.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, you try to be unbiased, but I mean, there's a point where you're like, all right, you got to stick with your team.
Right. Excited
I
about the
think
NHL coming back.
NHL is back. Yeah, it began Saturday, I believe.
Hmm.
It took me a minute to like I had to do some research into like how it was formatted a little bit
Yeah, it's
because
kind of weird.
they have the top four teams. Flyers are number four. They're off in like their own little round where they only play each other once, and that's
Okay.
kind of like just to have them all warmed up a little bit because like
So they're
they
only
kind of
playing good teams right now.
yeah. And the rest of them they expanded them so there's more teams in the playoffs than there is normally. So the rest of them are playing a series of five, and then that determines who plays like the other like the top four teams. And like, oh, go ahead. I saw your
What do you
question.
What do you mean a series of five? Like, is it like a seeding? Are they
A
already
series of
seeded?
five
And then
games. Like they're like there's playoffs right now. Like the Penguins are playing, I think Montreal, and they're already on game two. Or game going
okay,
into game three. They're tied right now 1-1.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
I was so confused with the way NHL was
yeah.
doing things this
But I
year.
mean, like even like they call it the round robin because you can
Right.
like
I keep
yeah,
seeing that word on the sport.
and
I'm
that's
like,
like the Flyers were number four. Now they're the number one because we beat the Bruins who were number
yeah,
one, and I think we got 2 points also. But like even them like by winning, it kind of like moves their seed up and down from 1 through 4, and
Okay.
that'll affect who they play out of like all the other teams that are coming out of their little
Out
playoff.
of the little playoff
Yeah, they're actually
bracket that
playing
got.
like a best of 5 because
Okay.
after those are done, they get in the real playoffs where it's best of 7 each game, each time.
Mm,
So
That's what
like
the
it's
NBA is gonna do.
yeah, it's
Best
going
of
to be pretty
seven.
interesting. Yeah, they
Okay.
was just kind of like they wanted people to like they weren't even going to have like the top 4 teams play at all, but they were like, "Nah, we want to be able to like kind of get our feet under us, be able to like shake the rust off. That way we can just head right into these games with like
Just kind
no
of
hesitation.
a
Yeah, just do
little
what they do."
warmed up at least, you know.
Exactly. They don't want an unfair advantage of people who are already playing in a best of 5,
Right.
you know.
It's like the way they did 3 scrimmage games in the NBA, you know, to kind of get everybody going.
Exactly.
And then they got the 8 games until the playoffs really start. So
Yeah.
that's where we're
And the
sitting
8
right
games
now.
they've started, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
that's right. They
full
started like a couple days
swing
ago.
right now. Full swing.
Nice.
I've been watching so much basketball. I've been loving it, man.
I've
I've
been
been
trying to catch
loving it.
everything I can. I've been keeping like an eye on like who's been winning, like kind
Yeah.
of like all that, but I haven't really been watching.
You
Like I've
can keep
watched
an eye
hockey
on
today.
hockey. Exactly. Even
Hockey. Oh, yeah, I've been
keep an
watching
eye on
hockey.
that. I'll keep an eye on
But
basketball.
exactly. I mean, I'm keeping an eye on basketball. I'm just not watching it like you are.
But the MLB, it's not looking so
I've been
good.
slightly paying attention more to the MLB than I
I
have
have
been
been
used.
too, but like Aaron Judge cracking 5 straight home runs is
I
crazy.
saw
Like, you know, if I,
6.
it's up to 6 now.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the
that's
Yankees
even
are on a roll,
crazier.
man. I think it's like 6-1, 6-1 right now or something.
But like, I'm worried about the season, like
Yeah.
realistically, because now we have the Cardinals' whole team is shut down. You know,
Yep.
like I'm pretty sure they're
Miami was
all their
shut
games
down.
got canceled. So they're
Marlins.
just kind of falling. Hopefully it doesn't, but like it's not looking good. It's not
It's not
looking good
looking
for the
good. I mean,
MLB.
even the old commissioner said that they were thinking about like, hey, we gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. You know,
Right.
nothing's
Like,
off the
and for
table.
him to even come out and say that is like kind of like, oh, it's already on his mind.
Yeah.
And how many more teams and how many more players getting this is he
Yeah. It means a
gonna
lot of owners are kind of thinking about like what's best. What's the
right?
best thing to do right now? How do we move
They're thinking
forward?
about they're thinking about the money. That's why it hasn't been canceled yet.
I saw Derek Jeter came out and he's like, "You gotta hold these players accountable. Like they out here like not wearing masks.
That's
Like they're
true.
just like taking it easy. Like they're not like following like the orders they're supposed to be following." And
Right.
it's like
It's like the NBA is running flawlessly right now because
in
they
the
are all
bubble.
in the bubble, just perfect. Like,
Yeah, just like the NHL. NHL has 2 separate bubbles for the conferences
yeah, that's
as
nice.
of right now. So it's like it's hard to do with MLB and NFL. That's why I'm
Yeah,
worried about the NFL is like what's going on with the MLB. But I have a little bit more faith in the NFL, I feel.
I feel
Like
you.
I don't know. I
There
feel like I
was
trust the NFL's it's like protocols more than the MLB.
there was a ton of player tweets the other day about not feeling safe to return to play though. Did you see that?
Odell was talking about it.
Bunch of hot no, it was like a ton of high profile players that
Oh,
tweeted
really?
out. hmm I'm gonna try to pull that up real quick. But like they were all talking about we do not feel comfortable playing this season, like something like that. Like I'm gonna try to look it up as
Oh,
fast as
geez.
I can.
So that kind of like lends on to what we were talking about, where who knows who's what like anybody can opt out. Like, I mean, I feel like even people that are in training camp right now could be like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. Like, I'm gonna opt out. So who knows what's gonna happen? I
It
mean,
was
I watched Doug Peterson's press conference last week, like heading into training camp, and he's like, I've been in the facility. I feel safer than like I have like no doubt in what we're doing here. And then boom, Doug Peterson test positive for coronavirus
right.
like 2 days ago. So it's like,
I
who
hope he's
knows?
okay. It's so
Okay, I
crazy.
mean he's asymptomatic apparently. He's feeling
Okay,
fine, but like
he's just more or less contracted the virus.
exactly. And
This
I guess
was
he's self quarantined.
2 weeks ago. It's NFL. players blitz NFL with tweets about safe return, and it's just like,
Okay. I thought you meant there was another one, because I do remember
mm-mm.
seeing that.
Remember that? Yeah,
Okay.
like so it was like
So I
Myles
think
Garrett,
it's,
Drew Brees, Todd
yeah,
Gurley, Jarvis Landry,
Zach Ertz
J.J.
posted
Watt.
something, Carson posting something I saw,
There was so many of
JJ
them.
Watt. I think the person, like, the one bull on the Dolphins started, like, he's the one that kind of initiated it, and then it kind of
Got it all
took off
going.
from there. Yeah. So who knows, man? I mean, could be seeing some big names drop out here by Thursday. That's
We'll
scary.
see. What's today? Tuesday. Recording this on a
But
Tuesday.
on the other hand, it would suck to see that happen. But on a bias level, if we only have one player that opted out for my Birds, so see all these other players opting out from different teams, maybe you have a better chance of going to a Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl. Who knows?
Potentially.
Potentially.
Potentially. I still
See,
have my hopes and dreams that the Patriots will get number 7 this year. Okay. With Bill Belichick. Hopefully we play Tom Brady in the Super Bowl and whoop his ass. Like
okay, we'll get into our predictions here. That would be nuts,
oh,
bro. Like, listen,
that's not really a prediction. That's just a wild pipe dream.
I would love to see it, like, just from like just a fan of football. Like, how crazy
Right.
would it be to just see like Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers go in here
Tampa Bay
and play
Gronkaneers. That's
play
nice.
the Tampa Bay
That's nice.
Gronkaneers
I've never heard that
and
before. That's
Cam Newton's New England Patriots with Bill Belichick.
yep.
I feel like you guys are gonna have like a whole new identity, bro, and I'm
It's gonna be
excited for it.
interesting.
I'm
Jonathan
excited to see
Daniels is
what
already
a Cam Newton led like Patriots team is.
a healthy Cam Newton.
I
He's
feel like you
been
guys are gonna be like running like up tempo, fast offense, like
with the running back by committee, with the
exactly.
speedy little wide receivers.
hmm And then
I'm
you have
the
the option with Cam
and
run
that
around if he wants,
defense
and that ball in defense. But you have some
depleted.
players that opted out.
Exactly. It's depleted, but like at
It's
least we
depleted. Hey,
got
you
Stephon
Stephon
Gilmore back
Gilmore.
there. Devin
Yeah.
McCourty. We're all right. Got
hmm
good
That's
solid. We
going to
got
be a
good.
nice offense, I think, and a good defense. You guys are going to be a good all-around team, I think, if you could
We'll
stay
see what
healthy.
happens. Get to our
Yeah,
predictions for the season later. We did cover it in a previous
yeah,
squad pod, but like we'll make it for the first one here. What our season predictions are, like preseason predictions. There's
yeah,
no preseason games this year, so we're gonna at least be
yeah. It's going to be interesting to see that too. Like, usually, like the coaches take preseason to kind of evaluate the new players, all
yeah
the players coming in and out.
evaluate talent.
So it's going to be hard to do that just in regular games, man. Like you're going to have to just do it in practice, I guess. Like kind of
Well,
run game style simulations in practice to see.
they'll figure it out on the fly. That's
Yeah,
all they're gonna have to do. Like Bill
exactly.
Belichick's just trying to adapt to everything. Every team's just trying to adapt to everything. It's
Because
looking
apparently,
crazy.
the Eagles were talking about separating quarterbacks so they weren't
Yeah,
working together in case, like, say Carson gets corona, you got Jalen Hurts there or
it's like
Nate Sudfeld.
like
So it's
keeping the
like,
two presidents away from each other. The
yeah,
president and vice
exactly.
president never be in the
Yep,
same room.
they can't
You
be in the
can't
same
be
room together
can't be in
just
the
in
same room for
case.
for very long. It's risky.
Because like
Chain of
it's going to
command.
happen. You know it's going to happen this season where it's like, okay, game day, you set in fantasy or whatever. An hour or two before a game, boom, bull test positive
Oh
for corona,
no.
out for at least 2 weeks because it's 14
Yeah.
days you got quarantined, so immediately out 2 weeks. What like that's going to be
You're
wild.
like
Say like any quarterback be like, oh, test positive, out for 2 weeks.
Matt
Oh
Stafford.
God, yeah. Say, all right, you like middle of the pack, fighting for a playoff spot. Maybe you're fighting for a division. Boom, get hit with corona at the end of the season. Somebody like an important player, your QB or
Kirk,
something, and then just
Kirk
ruins your
Cousins.
season.
Kirk
Yeah,
Cousins goes down for 2 weeks, and the Minnesota Vikings are like 6-7, trying to finish like 9-7 with 4 weeks left. And
yeah.
Just some shit like
Like,
that. Like I don't know.
that's why it makes me like I'm a little okay because I know I'm kind of confident in the backups we have as of right now. I mean it's not Nick Foles, but
Mm. Nick
I mean
Foles,
it
don't even get me
kind of
started.
benefits us because we like kind of having quarterbacks that we know can kind of take the lead if they have to.
Yeah,
Some other teams don't even have backup quarterbacks or like they just have like a place
and
filler.
they passed on Cam Newton. They passed on him.
Pass on Cam
Couldn't
Newton.
believe it.
This
Sorry.
man was unemployed for like what is like 74 days or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody in the league just let the Patriots scoop Cam Newton. How is this
And
like how is this happening? How is it
it's like
possible you just let the Patriots scoop Cam Newton? You knew they needed a
whenever
quarterback.
it's like whenever they signed Antonio Brown, everybody's like, "What? Are you serious? Like, how did they
I
let
remember it
this
like yesterday.
happen?" Yeah, I
So
do too,
I
man.
remember like yesterday because I remember seeing it and I'm like, I'm never gonna hear the end of this. And
It's
it
ridiculous. You're
it
so
only lasted
lucky
one
that it
game.
only lasted one game, and he balled in that fucking game.
Balled. He
He
balled out.
balled. Whooped the
Imagine if he
Dolphins'
had him all
ass.
season, dude.
Oh my God, that was just a week 2 game. Like I think it was a week 2 game. I
Say
just
if you would have kept Antonio, you guys would have made it in the postseason, probably the Super Bowl. Does Tom Brady stay next year, like this year, if that would have happened?
if they make
Yeah.
it to the Super Bowl, maybe, maybe, but like that's
Maybe.
only because I feel
'Cause I don't
like
think he
if
had
he
his eyes
makes
set
it,
on Tampa already. I think he
no,
just was
but like I
thinking about
feel like
leaving.
if he makes it and loses, that leaves like a taste of like unfinished business. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
I got you.
and he would want to at least like how he won. He got the taste of unfinished business with the Eagles, and he's like, "Fuck that." And he got
Yeah.
back the next year, and he beat the fucking Rams. You know,
Yep.
so like took care of them Rams, and then Ryan Tannehill took care of them fucking Patriots, and well, Derrick Henry took care of them
Derrick
Patriots,
Henry took care of the Patriots. Yeah.
and that was it. That was the legacy.
That was how you get around Stephon Gilmore and that balling secondary is just run it.
Yeah, just
With Derrick
rush it.
Henry.
They
Oh my gosh. That
did
is yeah.
tackle this man.
That is
Oh.
wild, man.
But I've been trying to keep an eye on Lakers, Braun,
Bro,
AD,
bro.
seeing what they're doing, taking care of shit. You know, took a L the other night to
I
Toronto,
saw. I saw.
but that's
Bro,
okay. That's okay.
like it further like put it in my head that Toronto is no joke. With or
They're
without
the
Kawhi, like they are a
best
solid
coached
basketball team.
best coached team in the playoffs. Well, it's not the playoffs yet, but you know, best coached team. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like they were saying, LeBron hops off the Cavs, they fall to a lottery team.
Hmm.
Kawhi left the Raptors, and now look at them. They're just as dangerous as ever. You know, like
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam has only gotten better. You know, Kyle Lowry's still Kyle Lowry.
Yeah. He just needs to stay healthy. As long as he's
Man,
healthy, he's balling there. Yeah, they have a good squad.
they got a
I think he
good
can do some
squad.
damage. Because like
All
Kyle
right.
Lowry's not like a superstar, but he's like right below that. I feel
Yeah.
like, but I feel like those type of teams that are like don't revolve around a superstar and they just have good team basketball. Like they're just dangerous
Hmm.
because there's just like I don't know. There's nobody getting big headed on the team really. It's just like they know what they have to do, play team
Making extra
basketball.
passes, like
Yeah,
you know, getting them
exactly.
open shots.
Put their hard hat, grab their lunch pails, go to work.
Go to work.
But your
Big man
Lakers though,
basketball.
they got that one seed locked up
Last time that happened, you know what
like
happened?
10 years ago.
You know what happened last time we had the one
You
seed?
win a chip.
Number 16.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see, man. I think you guys,
It's a quest for
you guys got
17 this year.
definitely got some competition though in these
Yeah, it's gonna be
playoffs. We'll
scary.
see.
It's
It's
not
gonna be
easy.
scary.
Everybody is on the even playing field too, so it's just at the end of games, I feel like I'm as a spectator, I'm looking for energy from the crowd, and I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my god, this is just ridiculous. Like, oh god, it's just
Yeah, I know
not
what
the
you're
same.
saying.
It's not the same, but
But it's going to be interesting on like you see some game sevens or something, and it's going to be
right.
like silence and it's just the squeak of the shoes and the dribble, and you're like,
Hit a game
oh my
winner,
god,
and it's
heart,
just
you can hear your
silent
heart
after.
beating. Oh man, yeah, I feel like the playoffs are good. I feel like that's when I'm going to start watching the NBA more, is once like the series start.
Coming up.
Yeah, and for all the viewers, I'm a Chicago fan. We didn't get invited to the bubble because we suck.
Don't
We
even call it a bubble.
we had a ton of turnaround. We replaced Garpax in the office. Apparently, we trying to hire the assistant coach to the Raptors after this. Like, apparently he was assistant coach Tom Tibbs when he coached for us, so he has some history with Chicago. He apparently he played with the new GM we hired in college, so like they know each other. So like it seems like wherever this dude goes, he finds success. Connection. It is, but like wherever that guy goes, he like finds some success. Because like even the stint in Chicago with Tibbs, we had success, and like he went to another team or two, and they went to the playoffs like every year. So it's like I hope we get him. He seems like he knows what he's doing. But like
some like nice young players out there too, you know, trying to
yeah,
build around.
We'll see. I don't know if anybody's like safe. I don't know if anybody's safe at this point. I feel like it's a full rebuild, bro. Yeah. I feel like nobody's like new management's coming in like, all right, this is what I want to do. Crash down, rebuild. So it's like I've been through 3 rebuilds in like 6 years.
You're telling me.
I know.
You're telling me. This is the first time we made the playoffs since like 2012, 2014, something like that. Yeah. I think 2014, maybe. I don't even know, man. It's been so long I don't even remember. I would have to look it up. Like, oh my god.
I don't know who to put my put all my chips in the basket for though. I don't know who I want to pick
for the Raptors.
I'm thinking about it. I was gonna pick the Heat, but like it seems like they're having some injury problems, so I might have to pick the Raptors.
Jimmy Butler had that ankle problem today, apparently, and Dragic.
So I think I would either be picking the Raptors or the Bucks, but I think I might be leaning on them Raptors, man. They're scary.
Well, for the Lake Show.
Anybody that can stop LeBron James, I will root for.
Yeah.
I'm not a LeBron James fan.
Let that be known. Wyatt is not a LeBron James fan. I am a LeBron James fan.
Going forward with this podcast, like there's going to be some LeBron James hate.
This is the LeBron James Michael Jordan debate. Only I don't disagree. I think Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James. So like it is what it is. We agree on that.
We both agree on the debate. But like you a LeBron fan, you love LeBron. You love LeBron before even the Lakers. So
exactly. But I'm a Kobe fan at heart. To be honest with you, like that's. But I did everybody. I feel like everybody who doesn't hate LeBron at least follows him. You know, like
listen. Otherwise. And I'm not gonna lie. If LeBron went to Chicago, I would be a LeBron. Like I would love LeBron too.
Exactly.
Like how could I hate a dude that comes to Chicago?
But he ain't like, Kobe to me.
He's not.
He ain't Kobe to me. No. Like I know he's got better stats, but he ain't Kobe to me. Like fuck that. You know, fuck that. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we saying this because we will have a guest, Alex from Squad Pod. We will have him on, and he will fight with us about this. Heavy LeBron James. He says he likes Michael Jordan, but I don't believe him.
No.
He's a habitual.
Maybe we'll get him to
Michael
admit.
Jordan hater.
Maybe we'll get him to admit, because you can admit that you just don't like LeBron.
I will admit that every day.
You respect him.
I give him credit where credit's due.
I think Alex doesn't like.
I'm not going to take away from what he's done. Let's do that.
But he ain't Michael Jordan. First of all,
and
second of all, I think Alex hates Michael Jordan.
I think he does too. He says he doesn't, but he does. And for everybody that's watching this, remember this, because he will deny it.
He's gonna deny it. He's like, no, I love him.
We'll see.
Anyway, you You want to go ahead and give a prediction for like what you think the finals matchup's gonna be?
Ooh, finals.
NBA finals matchups. What are you thinking?
Part of me wants to. I can see it. This is like a clairvoyant. I'm seeing it right now. I
Oh
can
shit.
see a Clippers Bucks finals.
Oh, okay,
I could see
okay.
Clippers Bucks finals, but
Very
I could
easy
also
to see.
see a Lakers Raptors finals.
Yeah, like
A
I feel
Lakers Bucks
that's
finals would be cool too because it'd be like Giannis versus LeBron, Brown. But
Lakers
like,
Raptors is what I was gonna say for my pick. I think that's what the finals is gonna end up being.
I feel like that would
Like
be a really good matchup.
it's gonna be a tough matchup because they know how kind of get under LeBron's skin there. Like we'll see. I
Exactly.
don't know. We'll
We'll
see.
see. I feel like I'm excited to see the Clippers Lakers matchup though. Like
Yeah,
not in the final, but in like the conference, because you know they're both going to be make it to the conference,
whenever they
unless the
match up.
Rockets somehow surprise. But I want to see the Clippers and Lakers match up because like
Or
I feel like
Utah,
best of seven, that's going to be amazing between you guys.
Utah and Denver, like no, all these teams are beating other teams in this 8 game sprint here, and it's
Yeah,
like you don't know who can win any given night. Like Brooklyn
that's
just beat
true.
the Bucks today, so like
That's true.
that's surprising to
This
us,
isn't like normal basketball. Like this
right?
isn't a normal situation.
Right.
What if some
So
team that like had no business winning the finals like gets to the finals and wins this shit?
it's gonna be Brooklyn getting to the finals against
That
like
means
the
KD would
Jazz.
KD get a ring because he didn't play any games this season?
Probably would because he was on the team.
Because I know that like I think it
So
was the NFL has that rule where you got to play like a certain amount of downs or a certain amount of games to like get
I
a
don't
ring or
know.
something.
I don't know.
That'd be wild.
Probably would. They
But
just be
like,
like,
how
here you
crazy would
go.
it be to see like Donovan Mitchell or something get a ring, like him and Rudy Gobert?
versus like the Wizards or something
The Heat make it or something.
without John Wall or Bradley
Or
Beal.
the Pistons aren't in it, are they? Are the Pistons in it?
No,
No,
no.
I didn't see anything about the Pistons. The Magic or some shit.
Yeah, they're trying, man. The Suns are 3-0 in the bubble.
Ooh,
They're trying desperate. They need some help to
Suns
get
are
like in.
underrated.
But Devin Booker with the game winner today, it was crazy to watch live. Like just like
Yeah.
because like they had a chance to win the game and they inbounded it and they tipped it and or no, it was like a rebound and he went to pass it and he tipped it and
hmm
passed it to Devin Booker real quick. And
I
so
saw.
like it
Yeah,
was so
I saw it
avoidable.
quick on
You know?
Facebook. It popped
Right.
up, and I was like, "Geez," because he did like a little spin around like fader, and I was like, "Ooh,"
It was
like
dirty. It was
it was dirty. That was
ooh.
dirty.
Devin
Like I
Booker
can't wait
he
to
was like
see those kind of
35.
shots here in the playoffs. Like,
Mhm.
because like there's no crowd, so it'll be like their own teammates just be like you'll hear them like yelling from the bench or
Just
something.
like, oh, you'll see them
Like
all react
yeah, like
because there's
Dame
so
shots
fewer
he had in the
people.
playoffs or something.
Right.
Like cold, ice cold threes that he could be throwing.
When he just looked at him and he was just like, bye. Like that shit was crazy.
It's yeah. I mean, as far as the Rockets go, they're like I feel like they're like the Chiefs, where you got to outscore them. Like obviously you got to outscore them to win, but like they don't play defense as much. I feel
Right.
like it's just like you gotta like it's gonna be a high scoring game. You're gonna just gonna have
They're
to
just out
try to
there.
outpace them.
They're trying to shoot threes and more threes and a couple more threes. And
Try to
it's
out
well,
hustle, try to outshoot the Rockets.
right now, they're playing the Trailblazers and it's 100 to 100 with 4 minutes left. So they got,
Okay,
we'll see what happens. They're not going off for a ton of points right now. It looks like they're coming up short. 2 of 10 is Covington from the 3-point line. So, like, it looks like they're missing. They're trying, but they're missing. We'll
okay.
see what happens, though. I'm excited to see
Jeez.
what the seeding looks like for the rest of the playoffs here, with the Lakers clinching the
Yeah,
1 seed.
true, true. Because I know like the 8 games that's don't kind of affect everything. I know you guys are locked in. Are you
Mhm.
guys like the only team that's locked in as far as seeding goes?
It might be the Bucks too, but I'm not sure. I'm
'Cause
not sure.
Lakers are the only team I saw about locking a seat up. I haven't seen anything
But the
else
Bucks might have already locked it up in March, to be honest
during
with you.
during March. True.
I
True.
don't know.
That
They
is
wanted to lock
true.
that shit
Or the
up.
Raptors or some shit. Who
But
knows?
yeah, hopefully everything goes well. The Lakers get to the finals. That's what I'm hoping for. You
I
know,
do not hope that happens because I don't want to see LeBron James go to the finals again.
best case
Last year was
scenario.
so refreshing. I got to see a LeBron-less finals for the first time in like 10 years, and it was
It was
fantastic. I
nasty.
got to
I was
watch
like,
every game, and I
this
was like,
is
this is amazing.
boring.
I don't really like
This is
have a stake
boring.
in any of these teams, but like just pretty nice. I got to see
Well,
Kawhi win another finals.
it was only a 1 year break. Every time LeBron takes a 1 year break from winning the finals, it seems like Kawhi ends up winning that shit. So, or Steph, Kawhi or Steph.
Last
That's
time
who
I
it
got to
is.
see Kawhi win a chip was against LeBron, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll get to see Kawhi beat LeBron in the conference
On the way.
championship or something. That'd be
Ain't that
nice.
some shit? How Kawhi, like, well, I guess he was on the Raptors. Yeah, they kind of switched conferences, and then he came
Yeah.
back. He came back to the West.
Hmm.
So he only spent 1 year in the East when
And won a
LeBron,
chip.
yeah, and won a chip.
Shows you how easy the East is.
But that was also the first year LeBron was not in the East. So
True.
you didn't have
Yeah.
a powerhouse over there,
All
a
right. So
LeBron
they would have
powerhouse.
maybe been the second seed
Yeah.
or the one or the one
Or the
seed,
one. Or the one.
one or two.
Probably
They would have been
still,
one or
but
two.
you still got Giannis, who's not.
Yeah.
So like, and the Raptors. And I don't know, man. That's crazy. It's just crazy when you think about past championships and just how the landscape of the league changes from year to year. Like even with injuries, like how the Warriors are a non-factor right now, even though they won like 4 chips in the last like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's just weird how the landscape
Within a
changes so rapidly.
year, they went from
Yeah,
like best team to worst team
right.
in the league. That's
Just because
crazy.
of some players leaving and some injuries.
Yeah.
You know, they were
Kind
on
of wish
top of
KD
the
didn't
world.
leave.
Yeah, me too.
I'd
But
like to see KD stay and just take some chips back every year.
it brings parity to the league.
Yeah.
You
Brings
know, now you
balance to
got
the force.
duos all around the league instead of trios, so there's
Oh
more
yeah.
of them. So I mean, it's like it's
I'm a
looking
lot
like
cooler with I'm a lot cooler with duos than trios.
super
And
teams.
yeah, and that's another thing people gonna know by watching this podcast is like I hate super teams. I
they're
just do not like super teams.
they're done. The day of the super team's
And
done.
that's like I'm glad there's some balance to the force here. There's some balance in
They're
the NBA.
non-existent.
Yeah, and I like seeing that.
The Warriors at full strength is the closest thing because of Draymond. You know,
Yeah, I
for
guess.
as long as they keep him. Well, maybe
Yeah.
not. That's a tough day to Steph and Clay. I
I've
don't
been saying
know.
they need to trade him.
Draymond, I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Trade
So we'll see
Draymond,
how
get
long they
a
have him.
dope ass player in there to be the third. I mean, that'll be a super team too, but I
We'll see what
don't know.
happens.
Yeah,
Future is bright
who
for the
knows what's gonna
NBA.
happen?
They got a lot of young
Chicago
stars on
hopefully will
there.
be all right in the next couple years. Maybe we'll be okay.
Hey man,
If
probably
Anthony
about
Davis
5,
decides to
10
leave the
years.
Lakers, come to Chicago, come back
Man,
home,
he better not. He's
leave the
gonna win
Lakers,
a chip
especially
this
if he
year.
win a chip, and then be like, all right, I'm gonna go Chicago, go home.
Nah, he's not gonna leave. He's gonna win the chip. He's gonna be like LeBron. He's trying to run it back to back. LeBron's gonna be like,
He
hell yeah,
said
I'm
how
waiting for
much
my
it's
son
gonna
to get out of
pay.
college anyway. He's like, I'm trying to wait for my son to get out of college so I can go to whatever team he's on anyway. Like
I
that's
hope
what
we
he's trying to get
we're gonna draft his boy.
and get LeBron and AD to come to Chicago and
Yep.
get a
And then we're
chip.
gonna draft like Dwayne Wade's boy.
Yeah,
That plays with LeBron Jr. with Bronny Jr.
yeah.
I don't know. There's a
That
lot of
shit
up and
would be
coming
crazy.
players like their sons. I know Shaq's son's a beast
Mhm.
that's been playing. So like a lot of cool
That's
players
what I
coming up.
mean. The future's bright for the
Hmm.
NBA. Same for the
Yeah.
NFL, but like it's looking nice for the NBA.
I
It's
don't know what to
it's
think of Zion though. He was I
he's
don't
out
know.
here running like
Yeah,
but
they're like fat
Zion.
shaming him all over Twitter and the internet.
He doesn't
He's
look
out of shape
fat.
now.
No, He looks like he's not conditioned. Like he
Yeah,
just not used to running. He definitely doesn't look
yeah,
any fatter. He just looks like Zion, like big dude.
yeah.
He doesn't look really, to me at least, he doesn't look like any bigger, but
I feel
like
like
he
he needs a
definitely
couple
looks
years
like
under him to get like just figure it out, and
get the
then
right conditioning,
exactly.
because even still, how many games has he played this year? Only like a handful. Not
Yeah,
even back in the beginning of the year. So
nowhere
he's
near to like other rookies like Ja Morant and stuff. Like,
man. I believe in Ja now. I watched a couple of the Memphis games
I
and
wish we would have
he's
drafted him, bro.
doing the craziest
I
stuff.
wanted him over Zion because
Yeah,
dude, Ja Morant is so. Oh man,
he's
he's mean with it.
insane. He's definitely rookie of the year. You changed
Definitely,
my mind. He's
he
definitely
has
rookie
to
of the
be.
year. Has to
Has
be.
to be.
Oh my
Who's
God.
MVP? You gonna say LeBron?
I want to say LeBron, but it's probably gonna be Giannis
I
because
think it's gonna
Giannis'
be
stats are
Giannis.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I
I think
want
it's
it
gonna
to
be
be
Giannis.
LeBron.
I know,
But
man.
we'll see what happens. But that's my prediction is my heart says LeBron, my brain says Giannis.
Giannis.
What do you think?
Yeah, probably Giannis. I think he's gonna get it back to back. I
What's a
mean, he
bold
deserves it, man.
what's like your heart telling you?
For
Giannis.
MVP,
Yeah. It's like Giannis.
Giannis. Yeah, definitely Giannis, man. That's my heart. I feel like, cause I know
Heart and
I've
brain
seen the
telling you.
stats, but I mean, like, he's a force.
Right.
Like, and I think the only thing that like,
He almost got in a
I
fight
th well,
the other
yeah,
day.
I saw. I think the only reason that that he gets it over LeBron is because LeBron has AD.
Yeah. And like I said, and plus, like you were saying, his stats are better all around. Other than
Yeah,
like maybe
yeah. I think,
assists,
yeah, I think assists LeBron has him.
yeah,
But other than
all
that,
his
yeah, I
stats
think
are
he's
better.
only like one or two above LeBron. It's not like it's that far off,
Right.
really.
But still, enough to give him the trophy.
I think the rebounds was the only thing that was like decent amount above LeBron. But
Yeah.
like, I mean, even LeBron's stats were fucking great, MVP worthy.
Year 17, man. He's out here.
Time for
He's
him to
out.
retire. He needs to hang it up.
It's time for Tom Brady to retire. Speaking of retiring, it's time for Tom Brady to retire.
Tom Brady.
He hasn't even played a single game for the Bucs yet.
I like Tom. I like Tampa Tom Brady more now than I ever have.
I can't believe it. It blows my mind. I've been trying my damnedest to get all of you to like Tom Brady for like
Listen, I
15
feel like
years now.
Tampa Tom is a whole different Tom Brady than he used to
It's
be.
Florida man now. Now he's a
Yeah,
Florida man, so
it's
he's
like
crazy.
Florida
He's
Stanley from The Office.
wild.
It's Tampa Tom, and he gets to just
What's up?
Tampa
Every time I
Tom
hear
gets to, like when he's not playing, he just hangs out with an open like Tommy Bahama shirt on, flapping in the
it's
like
like,
no shirt underneath, some fucking beach shorts,
hey guys, how you guys
smoking a
doing?
stogie, playing some golf sometimes.
Trying to go surfing?
He's active. He's more active on social media. He's like trying to be funny, like
He's a
trying to roast
California
people.
boy.
Yeah.
California boy.
So
Now
it's
he's
like I
got the
feel like
beach again.
Tampa Tom Brady has more personality than Boston Tom Brady ever had.
Boston Tom
And I
Brady
think
was
that's
cold and rigid because
cold
of
and
Empire.
rigid. Yeah, exactly. Bill's like, yeah, you can't be talking to the media all the time, posting on social media, Tom. You just can't do it.
Bill, I just wanted to post a picture of my kid.
Tom, we don't really do that here. We like to keep a low profile. We like to just kind of be
Oh,
silent, stay out of the
oh,
news.
why are you taking my phone? Like, it's
You
just,
don't need it. You don't need
oh
to
my
take
God.
pictures. We don't want you going on vacations. We want you staying
Listen,
here.
we're fine. It's not that bad. Okay. It's not as bad as that. There's some stuff, there's fun that happens in New England. There's some fun, you know. You got
Cam
bingo
Newton's gonna
night.
be rolling in the press conferences in just a suit and tie, with
Yeah, he's
glasses.
not,
Everybody's
he's
gonna
doing,
be like, "What? This isn't Cam Newton," and he's just gonna be like looking like Clark Kent
look,
coming.
how you guys doing today?
How you guys doing
Yep,
today?
I'm here to answer all your questions. What do you think? What do you feel about being in New England? Do you think it's gonna be able to clash with Bill Belichick? Yeah, I'm appreciative of being in New England today. Like, I'm happy for Bill Belichick giving me the opportunity. Like, it's just gonna be cookie cutter. Like,
Somehow Cam Newton only he turns into a pocket passer.
no,
What is
no,
going
he
on
better
here
not.
with Cam Newton?
He better not. Josh McDaniels,
is,
you mother.
is
You better
is
not.
Cam Newton is Bill Belichick turning Cam Newton into Tom Brady?
I mean, if you want to keep him healthy, maybe that's.
I did. I feel like Bill Belichick maybe, possibly, has cloned Cam Newton and put Tom Brady's information inside of his head, so it's Tom Brady inside of Cam Newton's body.
Yes. We've been looking for a Gronk host
Got to
because
think
we have
about this.
plenty of Gronk clones, but we're looking for a host body.
I saw one of your
Ow!
Gronk clones opted out.
Yeah, I know. Matt Lacrosse. It's okay.
One of
That's
your
okay.
opted outs over
That's
there in New
okay.
England.
We'll sign someone else. We
I
have a
saw
couple
one of
more.
the right. I think it's like the starting right tackle for the Chiefs opted out, and I'm like, ooh,
Oh,
that's not.
see,
Like a great.
that's
That's a big deal.
right after signing nice deal for
Yeah,
Pat Mahomes. He's gonna need
might be on
some
the run a little bit
action up
more
there.
this season, unless you can find
Jeez,
someone to fill that spot.
that's
There
all
was
right. I
somebody on
mean,
their
next
defense that
man up.
opted out too. But yeah, I'm
Next
just
man up.
happy only one person opted out for us so far. But who
Yeah.
knows?
I
We've been
mean,
having other
got
problems.
we got a lot to look forward to here in the next couple of months as far as sports, if everything stays
Bro,
going.
today's we're filming this on the 4th, so like the season starts. I think it's like September 8th or
Yep.
something.
September
September
10th.
September 10th.
Yep.
Bro, it's only like a month away from
I
game one.
know. I
How crazy is
know.
that?
Week one. I
Feels
told Kyrie that the other day. He's like, "What? Football's back already?" I'm like, "It's
football's
coming back,
all
buddy.
back.
It's coming back."
I cannot wait. Like I haven't even like because I don't think they're gonna be in pads and actually practicing. Like I know they're out there training and stuff, but I don't think they're gonna be in pads and stuff until like another week or two, couple
No,
weeks.
still
Like they're
doing training camp stuff right now, but like nothing like too full.
exactly. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this season goes. Hopefully, not a lot of players get COVID, or none at all. Hopefully,
Hopefully,
how they going to limit that?
hopefully they limit it as much as possible, if at all. Like like hopefully none of them get it, so everything can run smoothly. Like
Yeah,
it seems to be going for the NBA.
yeah.
NBA seems to be okay.
But like as far as NFL, you have any predictions on who's going to be like
As
the top
far
team?
as like
Any sleepers or
realistic predictions,
yeah, realistic, unbiased, of
I'm gonna
course.
say the Chiefs and the Ravens are again like 1 and 2 seeds. Even though the 2 seed doesn't really matter as much this year in the playoffs, if they're doing the new playoff format, pretty sure they are.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
where it's just the 1 seeds in each conference get the bye week now. But anyway, I think the Chiefs 1 seed in the AFC, and as far as the NFC, I can see either realistic. I can see Tampa Bay, or
Tampa Bay Gronkaneers.
the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers getting a 1 seed, or the Packers. That's who I was thinking
Packers.
because this is a year where Aaron Rodgers is just like, y'all trying to replace
A
me
lot of
already?
controversy going around them
Like
Packers right now.
exact. So let's see. I bet you he tries the ball out this year. Aaron Rodgers, I could see having a great year this
He's a
year.
little mad that they didn't grab any receivers. Zero receivers in the draft.
Drafted a
They didn't really
quarterback.
pick up anybody. They drafted a quarterback. They traded up
Drafted a
for a
quarterback.
quarterback.
They
like
go It's ridiculous. It's
so, like
ridiculous.
he's going to be going out there trying to prove him. Like he doesn't even have to try. I don't know why I said try,
He's.
but he's going out there to prove himself.
I feel like he's not even going to be ending his career in Green Bay anyway. Green Bay anyway. So he's out there trying to
Yeah,
prove it for another team right now, more or less.
yeah.
That's what this year is
Say
all
they like,
about.
hey, I mean, look what they did
He lost
last year. They went to the conference championship, like the NFC
exactly,
championship. Like how
and
crazy is that?
they try to replace him already. I just don't understand it. I
Right.
just don't understand it.
I don't understand either. But then you got
But
like the Saints. Saints are always like a
the
question mark. Can
Saints,
they do it?
I think they always end up choking at one point or another. It
Always
seems like,
choke artists.
but like I definitely believe in Drew Brees and Michael Thomas, like Cameron Jordan, all the defensive end, like they're all monsters. They're all
Oh yeah.
they can put up points on some people, but like in the
Hmm.
playoffs, like they lost to
Something
Minnesota.
always happens.
They lost to
Something
Minnesota last year.
always happens.
Who Minnesota's no chumps either over there in the NFC.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
see what
they're
happens.
slowly proving themselves over there.
Without Diggs, they're a little weaker.
Yeah, definitely.
But
They're running
we'll
into
see.
like, because who else do they have on the as far as receivers? They got the
They
number
got
one receiver,
Thielen
Thielen.
out there.
But who else really?
I mean,
That's like the problem the Steelers are running into, where like they got Juju, but like they don't really have a great second option.
right. Like it's just kind of thin right now. Like as
Yeah,
far
I
as
mean the Steelers
talent.
added Eric Ebron as a tight end, so maybe
Yeah.
that'll open some things up.
We'll
But
see.
like, who knows, man? I mean, the
It all
Seahawks like are always like, can they do it? Like they show they have potential, but like
and I forgot about Russell Wilson. It's easy to forget
Russell
about
Wilson
Russ, but like he's so
and a
dangerous.
man named DJ Metcalf, old big bull over
They get
here, like,
Antonio Brown.
oh my
They get
gosh,
Antonio
bro.
Brown, man,
Antonio and DK Metcalf, oh my
with
gosh,
Russ.
with Russ, man, over,
That's a sleeper
over.
right there. But
Maybe
like,
re-sign Jadeveon Clowney, who's still out there.
yeah, surprisingly, did you see?
Surprisingly,
Speaking of that, the Patriots cleared another 9 million in cap space, so now we're up to 35. Like, I don't know what he's trying to do, or like if he's just what he's saving his money,
maybe it's
or
for next year. Maybe
that's
it's
what
for
I
like the
need.
cap hit next year.
I don't
He's
know
just
how that
doing it
all
now.
works.
He's like, we're
So
not. If we can do something this year, nice. If we can't, oh well. We have the money for next
what if he
year. We don't have to
spends
worry
it
about.
all though?
Yeah, you guys just get a ton of dope, like a couple decent players, just running through the
Some
season
good
with like
free
Jadeveon
agents
Clowney or someone else and somebody
just
else.
for this
Oh my
year.
gosh. Just for 1 year, yeah, and then
Yeah,
bring the guys back who opted out.
right.
That's a
Like
totally
so,
like that's like soon as you saw all these players opt out for the Patriots, you're like, what does Bill
but
Belichick know? What is he up to? What does he know that nobody else knows?
he's a little birdie in the air telling him, "Go ahead, just take the year off. Go ahead, spend your time with your kids. There's no reason to risk it.
It's like, oh, that
There's
sounds like
no
a good idea. Stay home with your kids. Take all the time you need.
come
Just
back
take
next year. Now you're signed through 2024 instead of being signed through 2023. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
looking a
Extend the
little better.
contract. It's looking all right. Like I mean, like I'm not obviously happy to see players opt out, but like it's like it is what it is. You can't be mad about it. Like you can't be
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
why did you like? I completely understand. It makes perfect sense. Like I don't know if I would want to play. It's a tough
yeah,
decision, you know.
exactly.
But I'm not a football player. I'm not an NFL player, so
That's why I think it's nice that they actually have like the opt out date like like a week or two after the training camp started, so they can go in and see how it is and all
right.
this, see if they like it or not, and go from there. But
What do
yeah,
you
man,
have for your prediction this year? What
for
do
my
you think?
birds,
Well, for like I was just saying, like as far as like what I'm thinking for
I
top
think
top seed in each conference.
probably definitely Kansas City,
You
probably
think
number one.
Kansas City?
Yeah, they're gonna be number one. Either them or Baltimore, one of the two.
Okay.
I don't unless there's some surprise sleeper team out of the AFC. I don't know. But like what we were saying is, as far as NFC, it could be any one of those teams: Green Bay, Seattle, the Saints, the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers,
Tampa Bay Gronkaneers. That's
B12.
okay.
Um, hey, put my birds in there. I'm gonna squeak my birds in there too, because I think we could do something if people stay healthy.
Yeah.
We have a nice young team. We went from like, I think it was like the third oldest team in the NFL to now we're like the sixth youngest or something. It's crazy
Okay.
in a span of a year. So
So
we'll
it's
see.
looking nice for the future of that.
Exactly. We're building off of the draft pretty much. The receivers
Okay.
we got like Quez Watkins and Jalen Rager.
Right.
They're balling. And John Hightower, he's fast as hell.
Finally got some receivers.
Exactly. And we have Deshaun still. He's healthy.
Right.
They said Alshon's probably not going to come back until a couple weeks in the season.
Okay.
But because he had like that Liz Frank injury.
Yeah.
But yeah, any one of those teams, man. Like realistically, though, I think the 1 seed will probably be like Green Bay
Yeah.
or
That's what I'm feeling.
Tampa Bay.
Like, once you said something about Seattle, I'm like, man, they could be nice this year. So I was just like, but I think
Seattle's always that like, team I see that's like hanging around the 3 seed or like something like it's like the
squeaking
third
in,
best team in the NFC or
like squeaking into the conversation, but like not still getting like the bye week or nothing like that.
They're quietly good
right
throughout the whole
out there in
season.
Seattle.
Like, oh damn, I didn't know they're like 10-3 right now somehow. These Seahawks.
So you got a prediction for the Super Bowl? Way too early prediction for the
Way
Super
too
Bowl?
early Super Bowl predictions.
Let's get it out the way.
This isn't a Super Bowl prediction, but I say this year is the first year Lamar's going to win a playoff game.
Okay.
I think he's going to win his first playoff game. I don't think he's going to go to the Super Bowl. Kansas City's going to be in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Now, I don't know who could beat Kansas City in a Super Bowl. Like, I don't know, like, even like, it would be cool to see them against
Tampa Bay.
We talk about them and I always forget, like, oh yeah, Tampa Bay. Yeah, that would be a good game because that's a hell of a roster on both teams.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because they got like they're pretty evenly matched, man. Like, look at the receivers and tight ends on both teams, and they're pretty evenly matched.
They got the firepower. The Buccaneers defense came on last year in the second half. They were way better. Like, so if that continues into this year, they're looking nice.
Yeah. And the Chiefs, their defense is a little shoddy sometimes, but that offense carries them.
You think it is going to be the Chiefs versus the Bucks?
Yeah. As far as way too early, like off of paper, off like everything on paper, yeah.
What's your winner?
It's going to be the Chiefs, and it's going to be 32-27.
Oh, I wasn't expecting.
I gave you a score too.
Okay.
It's going to be it's going to be like it's going to be a high score, or else it'll be like 37, like 32 or something. I feel like it'll be a high scoring game, whatever.
I gotcha.
It'll be a shootout. Okay. It'll be like how the Eagles-Pats game was. Like, imagine that, just Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, just slinging it back and forth.
No defense. They're gonna try to play defense, but it's gonna be hard.
They're gonna try.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm thinking I can see Lamar getting to that game, that Super Bowl this year.
Think?
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, because they're still building around him. They're still trying to get, because they got him. They got their guy now. They got their piece. Now, true. What can you do around him? This is what, year 3 we're going into with Lamar? Yeah. So, like, hopefully he doesn't slump. I know you guys think, like, you were talking about him possibly having, like, being figured out by now, but, like, I think he's just going to evolve as a passer.
I don't want to say figured out, but like I feel like it's not going to be as easy as it was for him last year.
No,
if that's like.
But I also think he's going to evolve as a passer this
year.
year.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to have to. If he's going to succeed, he's going to have to.
We'll see what happens with that defense, but John Harbaugh could coach a team. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not bad. He put the Super Bowl before.
Exactly.
Like, I think the Ravens go, and I think they face the Packers.
Ooh.
I want to see. I don't know why I weirdly want to see Green Bay in the Super Bowl. I just want to see Aaron Rodgers.
See, I was struggling whether I wanted to pick them or not, but for some reason I just picture them folding in the championship game. Like I can see a big fit to the championship.
They're gonna fold in the Super Bowl to the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson's gonna win it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Ravens 51, Packers 32.
Oh,
because damn. I picture them running the ball all over them the same way. I mean, if I'm thinking this, how are they going to get to the Super Bowl, to be honest with you? But, like, running the ball all over the Packers the same way San Fran did last year and end that championship game. And then
Yeah.
maybe potentially just running the score up and them just having to play catch up and getting 32 points because it's, it's still 2020 NFL. You got Aaron Rodgers. But Lamar getting 51 on them before they're done. So that's what my pick is, the Ravens. The Ravens getting this way too early NFL predictions.
Oh yeah, way too early.
Way too early NFL predictions. Just on paper.
It's gonna be so weird not having a preseason. Like, it's just gonna be like, oh, week 1
here we go.
Here. Here we go. Like, I feel like week 1 we're gonna be seeing some sloppy games.
A lot of picks, a lot of fumbles.
Maybe some picks, a lot of fumbles.
Missed tackles.
Some kind of low scores to some high scores, like
blowouts.
Yeah, one way or another. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild first week in the NFL without preseason.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes, though. I'm excited for it either way. I'm so excited.
You should be excited for some hockey here.
I am, but like, I just don't follow hockey quite as much personally.
Like, playoffs is a different atmosphere.
I know. I love playoff hockey, and that's when I'm like, okay. But like, I just gotta get more into it personally. Like, just because, obviously.
When the Flyers played you guys Sunday, you guys were without your number 1 goalie. You had your backup.
That's why you racked up 3 scores real quick,
bro. It was great because, like,
I was checking it on my phone. I was watching. I just didn't watch.
It was I watched the whole thing. It was like, I think it was 2-0. Like, we were up 2 on you guys, and then you guys scored, so it was 2-1. And then, like, literally, like, as soon as they dropped the puck, we went and we scored immediately. Like, we just like passed it once and then scored. So like it went up to 3-1.
I just remember wild. I was like, seeing 3-1
because like immediately after you guys scored, I was like, all right, let's get another one. And then immediately got another. It was like I was playing the game or something.
It's okay. Got
but like
a couple more games before the playoffs actually start.
Yeah, wait until your Bruins are like playing like the best of 5 or best of 7, man. You guys, because you guys were the number 1 seed going into this. Like, right. You guys were the number 1 team by a decent amount.
Long layoff though, so we'll see. Yep. But like, I think they'll be able to just get back in there and recover. Not recover, but like more or less revamp, get back into it.
Yeah, that's why I was happy to see like my Flyers are 2-0 right now, like in the scrimmages and now the regular games. Yeah, and not only that, when we stopped, like before the NHL stopped, we were on a 9-game win streak. So like,
just continuing it.
Yeah, we are like, we have a rhythm now, and like we got players back from injury, so it's like we're better now. So hopefully we can ride some momentum and win this COVID Cup. That'd be awesome. As long as the Penguins don't win it, I am fine.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I know we're not supposed to be biased on this, but
yeah,
the Penguins. I mean, to be honest, I don't have any real problems with the Penguins.
I just don't like Sidney Crosby.
Sidney Crosby, that was the main problem for me. I'm just like, I don't know why.
I got some players in the Penguins, but
he's just always like doing something, and I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, crying about. He's a crybaby. That's the general consensus.
I don't really have any problems with the Penguins per se.
I know you don't really follow hockey as much.
Yeah,
that's why it's nice, like, because you've been following basketball a little more than me. So like, we both have kind of stuff we're bringing to the podcast here. Like, nothing's kind of left out of the loop here. I mean, we touched on baseball a little bit. Like, I know you don't you follow baseball more than me, but like, I know you don't necessarily follow baseball like super closely, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've been checking the scores.
Yeah.
Like, but I haven't watched the game yet so far this year. Like, but I've been watching a lot of basketball. But I've been checking the scores. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Players getting COVID pretty much is the biggest thing
yeah, that's the biggest news.
The MLB is just ridiculous. Like, shut it down, shut it down.
Shut it down. Owners want to shut it down. The players want to shut down.
I wanted to know, what's your crazy stat of the podcast?
Oh, my crazy sports fact. I was about to get to that, actually. I wrote it down separately so you couldn't see it. This is like it doesn't really have to do with. I
You
mean,
had
kind of
me
a little bit.
super interested. As soon as I saw this, I was like, what is this?
That's gonna to everybody watching. This is gonna be the new. This is gonna be the feature of the podcast every week. We'll either do it at the beginning or the end of the podcast. I'm gonna find a crazy sports fact, just out of the blue, like the past sports history, something going on now.
Just something you
This is this
wouldn't
week.
believe. Like
Exactly.
something like that.
I mean,
Okay,
this is
okay,
like this is a
okay.
fact, but like it's something like,
What up?
damn, I didn't know that.
Right.
Um, the two winningest teams across all of sports are the New York Yankees at number one, and they have 27 championships. That's crazy. Out of
That's
49
crazy.
appearances, that's nuts. 49 appearances, and the Montreal Canadiens hockey team with 23 Stanley Cups. Like, holy
23
shit, I didn't
Stanley
know that.
Cups.
And they had 32
Okay,
appearances in the Stanley Cup.
okay, okay.
Like,
See, I knew
that's wild.
the Yankees had 27.
Yeah.
I knew that, but like I didn't know the 23 over there. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
and hockey, they had 23 Stanley Cups. The Flyers only have two.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say what's second to that? Because like that's a ton. I know
You can look it
in
real quick.
basketball, the Celtics have 17, and the
Yeah,
Lakers have 16. They're right behind them. Those are the leaders. But
um,
that's decades of basketball. That's also not as much as 23 or 27. So like that's crazy.
oh yeah, it's wild. The
And
Montreal
the
Canadiens.
most is 6 in football and for any team.
Okay, so the Montreal Canadiens have 32 appearances and 23 wins. Second
Damn.
is the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they have 21 appearances and 13 wins. So like
Damn.
10 more
10
wins.
less.
Yeah, like wow.
What about
That's why. And then the
baseball? What about baseball?
baseball, we got
If you're thinking about like 27 championships, who's in second place as far as championships? Like, you think it would be like the Giants, the Cardinals, with like, I think it would be the
maybe the
Giants.
Cardinals or the Giants. Yeah. Let's see here. New York Yankees, the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals are
Cardinals,
second. They got 11. Damn, I
11.
didn't know
So
that. And then the
27
Red
games.
Sox with 9,
Okay. Damn,
and
they
then the
only have
Giants had
9.
5.
Okay. I forgot
And the
about the Red Sox.
Philadelphia Athletics with 5.
The Oakland A's. The Oakland A's.
I didn't know the Pirates had 5 either. That's wild.
Damn.
There's a lot of teams I
But
didn't know
that's
had like all these championships.
it's very interesting. Yeah.
It
It's like
is.
it's nice to just kind of like be reminded of it, even if it's not like that crazy of like whoa,
Yeah,
but, like because it's you just look it up real quick, but like it's crazy to be reminded of it and sit there and think about like that's so many championships to get, like 27, but I know it's been
exactly.
hundreds of years, so not
But
hundreds.
still
I don't know
think about it. How many like you gotta think about that, like how many teams are in the leagues and stuff too. Like to get to a
right?
championship and win it that many times, that's wild. Like that's talent. You gotta keep like the same rosters every
Talent
year
or money,
or
money in
money,
baseball.
just
They're
bringing the
just
best players in. Moneyball.
money. Oh man.
Yeah, man. But we pretty much covered what we needed to on this podcast.
Yep.
Uh, hopefully some
Trying to
crazy
think
shit
back.
happens. What was that?
I'm trying to think back, like as far as like we missed anything we wanted to talk about, but I think we're good.
Yeah, we pretty much hit on everything. Next week, pretty much we'll have to talk about who opted out. So we'll know that Thursday, I guess. We'll buy all that, and then
Exactly.
what's going
Big
on with
news
the
on
playoffs.
what the rosters are actually going to look like as far as the NFL season. Next week,
Mhm.
also, we're going to start talking about fantasy football and
Ooh, yeah, buddy.
where you can go on that and just things like just our opinions on stuff like that. Maybe what we're going to do with our lineups. Maybe eventually down the line, a couple podcasts later, we'll have a mock draft. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But next podcast, it's going to be a good one. Make sure you tune in.
Definitely. It
See
was a
you
good
next
first
time.
episode. See you next time.